Okay, it says we're live. Welcome to Shitcoin Talk, episode 23. I'm Dumb at Twitter at DUM. We got some alts to talk about, some Bitcoin to talk about. We got crazy stuff to talk about. Noose, introduce yourself now.
Sure. So this is Noose. It's the same as my Twitter handle, altcoin trader, shitcoin trader, and Bitcoin dodger. So let me pass it along now to NitaCoin.
What's up, guys? I'm NitaCoin here and on Twitter. As you can see, I'm keeping calm and buying the fucking dip and waiting until Barry decides he's going to send out another tweet. I'll pass it to our special guest today, Rocky.
Hey, my name is Rocky, aka Crypto Hustle. Also run the site cryptohustle.com and school over at Skill Incubator. And I'm also waiting for Ethereum Classic Blast Off tweet, and I'll pass it along.
Yeah, my name is Chop Liver, and you can find me on Twitter and Telegram and Bitcoin Talk or whatever as Mansa_Gotson or Gotson_Mansa. Yeah, I trade shitcoins and buy dips as well.
No, you don't.
No.
No, you don't.
That was
you don't buy blood. Yeah, you sound so sad.
Yeah, no, I don't believe you. You don't have the enthusiasm. I don't think you're buying dips. I'm not buying it. Sorry.
I buy the dip, I guess.
No. Well, some good dip.
Okay. So yeah, I'll just throw out a coin list. Actually got a lot of people asking about VTorrent today, so I guess we'll start with that. But we got people asked for Zero Cash, Nautilus, Bellacoin, God damn it, Ryblox, Arc, Bitcoin, Ethereum Classic, which we'll probably talk about as well. Game, Nexus, Ubic, Dot, shout out Cryptopia, Monetary Unit, Amp, Siacoin, Hunter Coin, Burst, Golos, and Incent, and Rycoin.
You got some strange ass coins on that list.
Yeah, I know it.
I
don't know what's up with. That's the voice of the people, dude.
Yeah.
That's not me. Don't look at me. So, do you guys are you guys in VTorrent? Do you guys know about this cryptocurrency?
Yeah, they've been waiting a while for an update. The dev kind of came back around recently. New wallet and everything. Been in a position for quite a while now. Basically been waiting for that breakout. And from the sound of everybody who wanted this requested on the show, they're also waiting for this breakout as well.
Jesus. Yeah, that thing went kind of nuts.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, God.
All I've got to say about VTorrent is that the last time I had a bag, it was 2K sats. So happy about that.
yeah, I mean, I don't fully, like, I don't know what to say about this besides I see that dip right there that sustained that weekly top. Other than that, it's just like, what the fuck? How do you advise someone to buy this?
It's the future, man. The future.
Retirement plan.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Like that consolidation before the last move. That was when I would maybe tell someone to look into getting in a position when that high broke. But now, I mean, no.
Seriously,
Yeah.
I literally just looked at the coin now, and my Bittrex history tells me that I had a sizable bag at like 2K sat like 2 months ago, and I just didn't. I sold it off for some reason.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of those coins you just buy at you're charting things and you're like, oh, this looks good, but then you buy it and you don't know why you bought it, and then you sell it again. So.
Yeah, don't look at your Bittrex history sometimes. It's like it really hurts. It's just if you want to get really depressed, look at your Trex history on like most of your coins. It doesn't matter if you're a profitable trader or not. It will depress you if you're not a mega holder.
Yeah, it really shows that holding works.
Yep. I mean, holding works so well. You have people out there with really retarded fucking strategies that the backbone of them is to just hold at complete losses, and they are winning time and time again. That'll tell you how bullish crypto is as a whole, as a macro scale.
Well, look at the top 100 altcoins. It now costs you $2 million for your market cap to be in the top 100, right?
Yeah. This one's getting close. I mean, this one's sitting at 1.4 million, so it's making its way up there. I mean, I heard about this coin a long time ago. Obviously, when it was like undervalued, no one was buying it. Like it's.
Well, it wasn't undervalued. The fucking.
I guess not undervalued. It was way lower valued than it is now.
Yeah, no, the dev was just tormenting people. He was just like,
yes, that's exactly the kind of shit you should be buying.
Yeah, the dev's been
absolutely.
basically fucking with people, and then you've got EA, whatever his name is, who's the shill marketer for that coin. He's all over.
Oh yeah, he won't stop. He won't stop tagging people and going, "Hey, look, I own this coin. Hey, I own this coin.
Yeah.
Hey,
Right,
you can buy it.
You want to buy the coin that I have? Huh? You want to buy it?
Maybe we'll move on from this coin before we go too hard on it.
No, I mean, it looks good. Just wait until it's safer to buy.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, the project is I mean, it's real, and the what they're trying to target, like torrenting, is I don't know. It seems like a good idea, I suppose. So obviously, other people do too. So it's going good for VTorrent holders. So do your research. Don't buy the top.
Well, yeah. Well, there's no vids, so they're good.
Yeah. Shit. Well, so AMP, you guys like scenario AMP. We haven't talked about this one in a while, I don't think.
You know, honestly,
there's some drama going on.
Yeah, well, there's always drama going on with them, and you know what? I don't really give a shit at all about our chain, so it's probably going to do really well.
Are you talking about AMP or our chain or both?
I consider them the same.
Well,
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna break it down or whatever. AMP was the original project. They wanted to do a social network type thing on blockchain, but then that failed, and the COO, I think it was CTO, had a live hangout, and they fought on air and broke up. And then he was like, you know what? F you, I'm gonna go make my own chain, call it our chain. And now they're having a swap. I think the swap is currently going on, so you might get a pump out of that, like you did with Hunter Coin. But I mean, that's really all there is to it right now. It's just it's the swap. So I mean, if you're interested in our chain or whatever, because I've heard good things about it. So I mean, if that interests you, or if you want to play the possible swap pump, then that's interesting. But for the rest of us, I don't know, man. I had a bag last week. I dumped it, so it'll probably pump now too as well.
Yeah, it looks like it's in a tight range. I mean, even though the range is 2x, it's still a range regardless. So.
Yeah, and on a technical level, looks like it could be a good potential dip buy. But the one thing I never really liked about AMP is the supply distribution. I mean, it looks like they've got 10% of the supply circulating. Is that because they're just locking away a bunch of supply to pay people out in social media, or?
I think that's exactly it.
That, yeah, and they also sold some in another round of ICO. I think they've done 2 or 3 ICOs. Like,
yeah,
they'll probably keep doing.
Their distribution was via ICO, and the way they did that was just selling tranches, basically, selling just a certain number of coins, and then just using it to raise money, basically. So
okay,
that's what it is. It's kind of like Ripple in a way.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Ripple's another one with skewed supply distribution, and I wondered how much of. I mean, it's amazing that it just recently popped off, because every last time we had last year with Ripple. You know, you'd get a little FOMO news event, spike up, and then immediately you'd do a full retrace. Boom. Did that a couple of times, and so now it's, you know, popped off quite a bit. I mean, what, 700% or something like that? What was
Yeah, it
that?
definitely shook a lot of people out. That, you know, you play it, you wait too many times for those
1400.
retraces, and then you dump, and then it's gone.
Yeah.
Leave you in the dust.
It's usually right at that point in the market when you're sick and tired of a market.
Yep.
You know, you're just like a Litecoin or a Ripple, you know, like, to hell with this crap, you know, and then it pulls off a 10.
Yeah.
It's like, it's kind of like what Ripple and DGB kind of achieved that, you know, level of where they like be traumatized traders so much that no one was interested in, you know, buying the shit. So
traumatized. I like that.
yeah, I know. It's like they had like epic news, you know, Japanese banks, you know, using it or whatever. Like the type of news that will make any coin, you know, blow up, right? And everyone was just like, it's Ripple, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a battered bull syndrome.
Yeah, no joke. But as for AMP, I mean, the Archain crowd sale is going, or swap is going on or something like that until I don't know, mid-April.
Yeah.
It's pretty short.
Yeah, look up there. Bitcoin Talk.
Oh, it's terrible. The thread is horrible.
Yeah, the thread is horrible, but you can find how to do the swap there.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of drama going on with AMP. So
wait, why don't they have like some association with Bittrex?
I don't know.
I mean, like, there was a Las Vegas thing, so like I think anything goes at this point.
Yeah. Well,
wait, what? They don't have an association. What are you talking about?
No, to do a swap. Like, wait, there's like some manual stupid process you have to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make it really hard for you, and it's really short. So that's the I don't know. It's all interesting, and AMP is just a never-ending story, I guess. I still can't believe they crowd sold their coins at 40,000 satoshis.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest problem.
that hurts, dude.
No, I mean, the second thing was, you know, fighting like a bad mom and dad on camera. So.
Yep.
I know.
So good.
I think the swap is just so you know, the guys who are from AMP can just, you know, like move their coins into our chain peacefully. You know.
It's exactly. You know, that's actually probably one of the better usages of a swap I've ever seen. Is like a community breakup, if you will.
Yeah. No, and there's a bunch of it's called our chain, and some of the AMP guys made your chain, like you are your chain.
Yeah,
and it's like they're like totally just bad mouthing everybody. It's
just
crazy.
To make fun of them. Yeah.
Read that thread. It's awesome.
Wow.
Anyways, let's move on.
This is why I trade off the charts, because all that's fucking stupid.
It's so good. So what do you guys think about shitcoin? You guys hurting this week?
Yeah, I'm hurting.
I am not hurting at all. It's like I bought these bags in the low 20. Okay, so I put out a screenshot earlier today. I bought DGB at 20 sats, right? I couldn't give a shit where it went, you know. It's the same thing with shitcoin. If you bought when everyone was buying really early, you don't care if it's at 40 or 50 or whatever.
Yes, you do.
I mean, no, I don't. I do not.
Wait, so Godson
doesn't give a shit.
Godson doesn't like money. He doesn't like money.
No, I just don't like. I just don't like. You know, trading. There are some things you can. These low sat coins are so good at, you know, if you buy them early, in, you know, in the low sats and just hold it. You know, you can't day trade them like you trade high sat coins. You know. So that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how to trade at all, so can you explain? Godson, I'm joking, because it sounds like as long as you buy low, who cares? That's what
that's what I'm saying. Basically.
All right, Mini Me.
Of course.
Yeah, I don't know. This looks like, I don't know about shitcoin, man.
I mean, it looks fine.
It looks fine. It looks fine. It looks like you could buy this dip and be okay, but I don't know.
It looks like buyers stepped in on the daily. I'm looking at the chart right now.
Yeah, I mean,
could potentially make a higher low.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
no, definitely that's true.
Share my screen, Toilet.
You got it. Here you go. But
yeah. So I mean, it looks like when we broke 46, we had the top resistance right here, like kind of on this ledge here of upper 60s. We broke through, and now we're just retesting that original breakout. And it looks, yeah, like what Rocky said, we got some wick going on right here. So it shows that there's some buyer interest here. And on top of that, you got this big ass dildo that was for the original breakout. So you got wicks showing, you know, buyer interest here on the session yesterday. I mean, yeah, I can't say it looks fine right now. I mean, it's crypto, so who knows? Maybe it's like, hey, look, I'm fine. Oh, fuck you. But reality of it is right now it's showing some strength. So, I mean, I would expect it. I would expect it to, you know, maybe fuck around here, fuck with people, and then retest. But obviously, like I said,
we've got prior resistance turn support.
Yeah, I mean, you might get a lucky bid in around here, and that's only because someone's just gonna get pissed off at sideways, and you got to get in line because it's a low sat coin. But I don't know, I kind of dig setups like this. I think it's a rare opportunity to get back in. I mean, you got basically market structure breaking down when everything was, you know, getting destroyed at the end of the year, and then broke up. And now it's just trying to, you know, rebuild, try to test that out. And it wasn't here for very long. So the longer it goes sideways, even though that torments people, kind of the better. It's going to strengthen that level. So maybe I'll probably put an alert, like, you know, 60-ish. And then I'll probably buy that next breakout, to be honest.
If you want to see a possible direction, just look at DGB right now. Literally one just straight up dildo, and then it's just stayed there. Everyone's just, you know, waiting for the typical DGB retrace, and it's just like boom, you know.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Direction.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I
mean that's.
I think we're at a state with DGB similar, like you guys are, you know, saying. So, you know, we can kind of do
ripple.
Exactly. So, pretty much do the same shit right here. So what is it? What did it break out of? 50, right?
Yeah, so it went from a daily low was like 39, 36.
Yeah, I mean that's a healthy daily low to be away from too.
And it's gone up to 55, and it's been there for hours, which is unheard of.
Yeah, like a number of people could have woken up and then remembered they had DGB. And then, you know, sold it. And we even have a retest here on the hourly where it actually, I think that's where I got my bid. So whoever it was, thanks, yo. And you know, so because yeah, I saw it broke out and I was like, oh fuck, like I forgot to set a stop limit buy, and I just set a bid and I went back to sleep because I hibernate on Saturdays. But yeah, I mean this looks good. It looks like a I don't even want to say it because, you know, it's DGB, but it looks like it might be sustained. And if it's sustained, man, yeah, you got all this block of butthurt here. But once you get past that, I mean, it's really just wicks. And the wicks indicate thin price action, which means there should be less bag holders, you know, here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and then on top of that, I mean, yes, alts are bullish all around, but you can't ignore the extra volume that kind of shows that it has more strength. You know, some people might say, oh, alts all have great volume. And it's like, shut up. You know, like it's still relevant to the setup. So I think it's going to sustain. And that, you know, I joked about it earlier. It's a call, and I'm backing it by cockiness.
Yep. Get your it's happening images ready, and it's different this time. Tweets in the draft section, and
yeah, I think this is where I sold it too at a loss, and like I'm very happy I took that loss because we see what happened, and whatever. I don't give a fuck the price it's at right now, and just as long as I can sell it higher, whatever.
Yeah, I didn't realize DGB was doing good today. That's impressive.
Nobody is because they're just
it's kind of like Ripple.
PTSD.
Everyone's so like collusive about it. It's like, oh shoot, should I say something? Should I not say something? People have dumped their bags already, waiting for the typical DGB retrace, and it's not it's not happening yet. So who knows? We might get a Ripple type freaking blowout here, but that's what I'm saying. Is that's how low sat coins are, and that's what I see SC looking like in a few days or whatever.
Yeah, no, they look comparable. That's for sure. Low sat coins. Yeah, they're different. That's for sure. I don't think we have any other low sat coins on the list. Burst is like kind of. I guess that's not really that low.
I'm still holding some Doge.
Doge. I forgot about Doge.
18 Satoshis.
Yeah.
Whoa, nice
Nice buy.
Nice grab.
Yeah. I started in at 25, and then I averaged down with a big order around 18.
Whoa,
And,
average down.
Yeah, I bought like much bigger order at 18 Satoshis, and then it just popped off with Litecoin, so that was pretty nice. But I'm still holding that right now, even though I probably it could have. I guess I'm so into its routine or pattern of starting to scale out above 80 Satoshis that when you think about it, though, I probably could have taken some off the table above 60, but I'm still holding it for now.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
I'm
I think
actually still.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know. I'm actually still holding Doge as well.
It looks
I got
fine.
it at like 24. So, and yeah, I had this chart that I can't screen share right now, but I'm gonna post it on Twitter or something.
Yeah, I can retweet
this,
you or something with you.
A lot of these coins had what looks like blow off tops, and I guess if you are being as technical as you can be, they are, but they're still on trend. So I mean, if you're trend following and you have balls, both are a requirement. Yeah. I don't see why you wouldn't hold a number of these.
Yeah, for sure. It's like we needed a good correction, and it made a higher low, so it's good to me for now.
Yeah, I mean,
I think overall what we're hearing today from a general consensus is alts are not dead.
No.
I think starting.
I think a number of coins are still going through corrections, and that's just because they just really had fucking extended trends. That's to be expected. Like you just can't go vertical. You gotta fuck some people on the way down too.
Is this the buy the dip episode? Where we talk, is that the general consensus here? Because that's what I kind of feel is happening.
Well,
I mean,
let's go talk about ETC
the last
then.
leg. So
we'll talk about ETC, so we won't talk about buy the dips.
I just wanted to say that it's probably the last leg of the alt run for now. So I mean,
oh man,
I heard that in 2014.
Well, yeah, you had to wait to 2017 for the next one, didn't you?
No, we've had pumps the whole way through.
No, we didn't.
Last year around this time was pretty nuts when Ethereum popped off for the first time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Last what was January, whatever. Yeah, 2016 around similar time frame. I think it must have started in January though last year or something like that. But that was nuts. That was pretty nuts. Everything was pumping too, including eventually Doge and everything.
Yeah. I mean, I think the whole AltsAreBack is, that phrase is a bit abused. I think the easy money of you buy and then just randomly hold and get a 2x, I think that's done for a little bit. But I think everything right now, I mean, I don't want to say buy the fucking dip because I definitely like buying as something surging up, hopefully to a horizontal resistance. But I think we're in the whole, value buying area where essentially money is made on the buy, and you just gotta wait. Like when we bought, and I'm saying we because we're all the same type of traders that we will buy in low volume, and we will buy when price doesn't look amazing. But we had to wait, and then on top of that, fucking what was it? February, everything started retracing down into ETF, so things got scary. But if you can hold through those times, I mean, I think we're in a good spot. I think if we were fucked, we would know it by now, because $1,200 Bitcoin, and we're not fucked. Like, what's it gonna? I mean, if we go to $1,300 Bitcoin and we're not fucked, I would be really confused. So.
Yeah. I think it's essentially really isn't Bitcoin's court, and if we break 1,300 in Bitcoin, if that were to happen, I'm leaning towards consolidation myself. I'm leaning towards some chop and a tighter range, and perhaps just kind of getting reacquainted with these levels again. But if for some reason it decided to just go nuts and break out and actually trend the way it's been doing in the past, then I think we definitely see some blood and some nice dip buying opportunities and bounce plays and stuff like that. But I'm looking, I'm looking at the domino effect too. I'm really keeping my eyes on things like Dash and Ethereum and such, because I noticed that the AltsAreBack season, the first one to really pop off volume wise was Pascal, because it got randomly added, and I noticed that pushed up above 30,000 Bitcoins in volume. And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Dash was one of the first to really pop off like big time 10x, and then I saw a domino effect happen with Ethereum, and then all of a sudden everything just started to rally. So Dash definitely looks like it's in distribution, although it's probably gonna still have a little bounce, but I wouldn't be surprised to. So I'm keeping my eyes on stuff like that, stuff like Ethereum, because I think once the big ones start to roll over and hit full distribution, we'll likely see a domino effect. But I think a lot of that will probably depend on Bitcoin's next move, really.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to ETH, a number of people were looking for the next ETH to cause a rally, because to cause a huge alt boom, because that's what happened last year. And then I thought about it more and more. I was like, wait, why does it have to be another coin? Why can't ETH just do it again? And that's when I really started paying attention to ETH, and I tweeted out like, when ETH is back, then alts are back, because Ethereum is the king shit coin, and that's exactly what happened. So when Ethereum started taking a dive, alts started taking a dive a little bit, and I mean, it's a little worrisome that we're reliant on that fucking coin, but who knows? Maybe we can get more players. I mean, we're retaining US dollar value on the top caps like never before.
Ethereum smart contract coins are blowing up right now. That is definitely a huge push right now. The market caps, there are no coins that are coming out on the Ethereum market or the Ethereum chain that have low market caps.
I had got into Golem early, and then it pushed up, and I had to re-add on a dip because I didn't quite get the position I was looking for. I think that'll end up probably going nuts once they actually release their bronze golem or whatnot. I think we'll see a lot of FOMO. I've been accumulating. I started accumulating and was hedging into a lot of the ether-based tokens. Made some decent money off of ICN on that pop. And there's actually one that I started well, I haven't just started, but there's one that I have been accumulating. It's a kind of a low to mid cap is time.
Yeah, I haven't seen some tweets about that. I haven't looked into it.
Yeah, time had that thing where it put a really bad taste in everyone's mouth with the over-shilling, and the ads or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you had a good point regarding that, though. You said, that a standard company would be doing their best to market, in that in crypto we're just kind of jaded. So, actually, I agree with you on that. That even though it was annoying, hey, it did its job.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say I agree with you though, like on some of these lower Ethereum markets, because there are so many people that are just filthy rich off Ethereum now. So if they get a chance to
Yeah.
put their Ethereum into something else, they've generally been doing that. You've been seeing some of these coins. I think Time is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm also riding Golos there. There's a couple more that I'm looking at that I aren't quite to exchange yet, but there's lots of different channels down the Ethereum network now.
Yeah, I saw a tweet. Somebody said that Ethereum presale investors are kind of the new angel investors, and I mean it's a scary concept, but it's true. Like there's a whole bunch of people that they denominate their worth in ETH, and you know I think it's I mean you're laughing, and I say it's scary because I just my God, just the influx of noobs can be bad. Because then they'll do shit like, you know, they'll cause another ICO bubble, and I don't think anybody wants to go through that again with waves. So that's the downside I'm speaking of. You know, who doesn't want new money? That's positive, but we don't want another ICO bubble.
Yeah, but the ICO waves bubble though created Strat. You know, Strat was so underbought.
You're right.
If you actually got it, then you're up like 50x now, you know. So
you're very right. Exactly. I mean whenever everything's inflated, if you waited that period after to buy into anything, it was underfunded by contrast. So it's a give and take. I like that.
It's funny because Wave still hasn't gotten to follow though. Even with all the good work they're doing, it's like what's going on there, you know?
I don't know. That white paper was shit, and I never followed up on it.
The interesting thing I find about Chronobank is that, you know, for 63 market cap, which I think is actually pretty low for it right now, which is why I've been accumulating, because a lot of my hedges, you know, I've got out of a lot of my hedges. So I hedged heavy into Ethereum, and then that popped off too high. So I had to cash out of that because I don't, you know, once it's up a bunch, it's not really that great of a hedge anymore. So I've been looking for other things to put money in. And with Chronobank, the thing that I find interesting about it is that it's a real world company that's already in that particular business that they're trying to build their blockchain off of. Like they've already got real world clients. They're already in the business. So I think that the future hype factor of, you know, more potential news events or something where it starts to catch on, and people, a lot of the last minute shoppers will start FOMO chasing the market and stuff. I think it has potential to eventually grow to, you know, at least 40 or 30 in market cap once they release the platform and everything like that.
Yeah, under 1 million coins too. That's
that's what I was looking at. You know, the low supply. People don't realize that that's actually I mean, that's a lot of value to a coin, in my opinion. I really do like that.
That's the thing, right? Because like we've had so many fake companies, you know, whatever, try to like scam us over the years.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we get an actual, you know, like I said, that's how an actual company would market, is to, you know, use Twitter ads and Facebook ads and you know, all that stuff. But it felt so like scammy, you know, because we've had so many fake companies come and try to tell us, you know, we're gonna revolutionize the space that we're already in. So it felt really, really like cheesy and bad. So,
Yeah,
no,
for
I agree though. Like if you look at First Blood and you look at what's the other one that Singular?
Oh, Signals or Singular.
Yeah,
Something like
and
that,
then you got then you got DGD. Those are all around 30 million market cap. So yeah, definitely something worth looking at there, in my opinion, because sitting down here, you've got quite a bit of room to catch up to some of these other projects.
Yeah, for sure. Like Economy and Stratus, I remember when they were lower market caps in the 30s, watching those climb up and grow. So yeah, I think it's got some potential. I'm going to give it time. And the interesting thing that I like about the tokens anyways is that if I accumulate them, I can stash them on a hardware wallet and don't have to worry about, you know, downloading some core client or just keeping them sitting all in an exchange, you know.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that is. It is kind of annoying downloading wallets and doing all that. So
It is. It really is.
it's a way of life, I suppose.
Alright. You got me
So
shilled. I'm gonna go look it up now.
you got me shilled. Look, I'm on the Bittrex. Everyone's on the Bittrex. Got it. I guess since we're talking about if we're talking about Ethereum stuff, what is your opinion on other Ethereum clones, like not like tokens on the Ethereum blockchain, but like Ubic, for example, like
yeah. Wait, okay. Let me get in on this.
oh god, here we go.
Let me crack my neck and my fingers first. Okay. So, Altcoin is obviously.
God damn it.
We're gonna get so many. I'm already getting attacked. I have nothing to say about Altcoin. I don't know, you guys.
No, go ahead. Say whatever you want, man.
Oh no,
Godson's proving a point right now that you can't talk about it.
Like,
anyone else have anything to say besides Godson?
I like.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, you definitely go ahead.
I like UBQ. Ubic. It's I bought some really cheap, and again, it's one of those things where I didn't quite get as much as I wanted. As soon as I started buying it, all of a sudden it just started taking off. And I mean, that's a blessing and a curse in a way. It's kind of a win-win, but it didn't have a lot of liquidity. So I was kind of waiting for some buy orders to fill, and I didn't quite get a good fill. And so I did take some profit and buy a dip on that as well. And now I'm kind of at break-even area where my last dip buy is. And I'm just, I think it's got some growth potential. I like that it's kind of feels like an old school fair launch kind of coin. And it's, although I could see a case for it dropping as well. I mean, there could be a case for like an inverse Adam and Eve double top or a double top or whatever, but depends.
Okay.
I think it depends really. I'm gonna hold it for a while though.
The truth about Altcoin is that it's not a bad coin at all. It's got better fundamentals than most of the crap that I'm holding. And there was a really good opportunity to get some before the swap when it was like at the bottom of the last alt were dead, and I just didn't get in. And then I've been JApp blocked me on Twitter and all that, so I'm just salty is all, but it's not a bad coin at all.
Yeah, I tried getting a whole bunch at around 10K. Didn't really work out. Someone also stopped that accumulation, so I did push it. I think I ended up buying as high as 12. So same thing. I'm right around this area right here. They've got a big community. Let's be honest. They've got a good portion of the whole Trex.
Yeah.
Everybody trading at Trex. So if everybody's just holding just a little bit, this thing could go pretty stupid. So I'm gonna hold some for a long time, but I definitely see the reasons why it could.
It's like if you got into like Arch before all the shit went down. It's kind of like that for me. It's the next Altcoin. It's the next freaking Bcash or whatever.
Altcoin is promoting like flying triangles you could live in and shit. Like I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's completely different. I mean, that they were cultivating just
no.
I don't even know. I mean, like
it's similar. It's similar.
I don't think it's similar at all because Arc had
Let me explain how it's similar in the community sense. Like they have a community, a dedicated community. That's how it's similar. I'm not saying that JApp is gonna promise people a place in cult heaven if they have freaking Ubic coins. I'm saying that they have a community, a very tight knit community that is dedicated to the coin. That's what I meant by being like Vcash or being like even Digibyte. In a way, it's that all these coins have communities that aren't gonna just bail tomorrow and leave
Yeah, but that's
That's
good.
what I mean.
That's good. Baked in bag holders means that there's, usually strength and support at particular levels. So, I mean, there's nothing
That's
wrong
what
with that.
That's what I'm saying. Like if you had the chance to get into Arch, at the beginning when it was still, coming up, that's what I mean. It's like before, it goes down to shit or whatever.
Yeah.
But
Well, so I was wondering, kind of, there's all these Ethereum projects on the Ethereum blockchain. Like, do you think Ubiq has a shot at having a good enough or big enough platform to like incorporate some of these big ICOs that are going on with ETH, or do you think it's just a shitcoin forever?
I don't know. I doubt it's ever going to really take a big market share out of that. I mean, the ICO culture in Ethereum is so big right now that, I mean, I think it can grow in price and market cap, and I think it's really low for what it is. But I'm always a little bit just skeptical of most coins in general. I mean, as far as long-term value is concerned. I mean, I love the seasonal cycles of the coins. I love how they disintegrate to crap, and then they pump like crazy, and then they disintegrate to crap again. And one thing on another note, one thing I've really been thinking about too, and is a strategy and game plan once Bitcoin actually hits the distribution phase, right? Once we actually hit a bear trend with Bitcoin, because one thing that was interesting with 2014 is that there weren't really a lot of really good hedges once Bitcoin really trended down. Like in 2015, everything, all the big 2.0 coins and everything that was the future and everything was just right in the gutter. Litecoin was at 90 cents, and BitShares next, they kind of just fizzled out. The only thing different though now than back then is the whole Ethereum ecosystem, and it's really a question of, I mean, I think it's done a really, really good job as far as recovering from a bear trend. It really pulled off something almost like Bitcoin-esque as far as trends are concerned, like bigger picture type of stuff. But so I'd be really curious to see how Ethereum responds on its next bear trend and where its new lows are established.
Yeah, no, I agree, because Ethereum does account for like a quarter of like the market cap that Bitcoin. We never had anything like that before, anything close to that either. So no, that's definitely.
Yeah, I think some viewers might be wondering why we're detouring to ETH, but the reality of it is there's so much relying on it, and not only is there so much relying on it from a larger picture, but it's simple. If you have an ETH clone, you want it to do well, because if not, then people are gonna go, why'd you even base your code on that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
Apart from ETC and Expanse, we don't really have any other ETH clones, that's sort of noteworthy. So, I mean, yeah, UBQ's has got its place there, and it has developers that promise to do something with the coin, as to sort of launching dApps and stuff. But yeah, it's okay. I wouldn't drink the Kool-Aid though, but whatever.
well, this is good because this was our huge introduction for Ethereum Classic that so many people wanted to talk about today.
Nice.
So we made it, dude. The finale. Ethereum. I don't know. I have kind of been staying away from Ethereum Classic, but I don't know. What about you guys?
I've got a bucket full of Ethereum Classic. It was definitely on my accumulation list, for before it popped off, when it kind of started to hit that double bottom, or when it initially broke the descending trend line. I'm still even holding some from, I think, the second day, right before Barry tweeted and the price went up like 600% or whatever. That was sweet, and I'm still holding those originals, just I guess as a longer term investment. But my last breakout trade on Ethereum Classic was around the 14 area. And I also just added a bit on this last dip as well to see if we get anywhere. But it's kind of like, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship with the market, because I see it has potential to actually, you know, we haven't had any green parabolic candles on the 1D since like the first week, you know. So I'm just waiting for that green 1D parabolic candle to start locking in some profits. But you know, what's interesting about it is this other fundamental dynamic, how you have these mega revenge ETH whales who, you know, being caught with their hands in a cookie jar, dumping in the markets and such, right? Keeping the price down. And we've got that, all those ETC that are going to be released from the white hat or the DAO contract.
Yeah.
So there's, you know, you just don't know who the other participants are, because I feel like this market should have pushed up a lot further for what it is, and you don't know who's on the other end of the computer, just, you know, with their finger on the dump button, just dumping into it. But buy support, obviously the trend has changed. I mean, buy support has been really decent. I mean, I'm also kind of waiting for when it actually breaks 10,000 BTC in volume. You know, like I haven't seen that yet.
Yes,
since the first week.
That is such a key thing. Yeah, the whole 10,000 BTC volume, I think, is the new gold standard for certain caps. And I kind of refuse to sell anything underneath that for certain stuff. And even really shitty coins, I've been looking for 1,000 BTC to start selling, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, my plan with ETC is very simple. I'm just gonna wait for Barry to tweet out that, you know, the thing has happened, and I'm gonna rush to BitMEX.US and FOMO 20x long and just dump it like 20 minutes later.
Yeah, if we got any shitcoin talk fans here listening, make a chart of Barry's tweets and the ETC chart for us, because we'd love to see it.
Oh yeah, that would be cool. I would definitely retweet that on the account. Somewhere, someone's gonna make it.
Because you know the guy moves the market every goddamn tweet. I just want to see it first so we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, no, that's a great idea.
Yeah, no, maybe we should start a fund for him to fucking tweet, because I've been in since 111. Like I think it was March 3rd, and you know, I thought about it before I entered the trade. I was like, this is usually a slow mover, and I can put this capital into other coins. And don't get me wrong, I'm up 2x, but what the fuck? Nice. Like it's just been moving like a snail. So I thought about like hacking, you know, his Twitter just to tweet, and then just like going and saying like, all right, you know, I'm sorry, but like I just needed to unload this shit. It's just been a while, so I don't know. For everything else, like if you look on almost every alt chart right now, the trend is pretty extended. And it's a 2x, yes, but it is not extended at all. It's still it's still on the bottom.
It's very comfortable right here, that's for sure.
Exactly. I noticed when it tried to break out, like that fire got dampened pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
yeah,
like
I agree with you. There's some ETH people who are not happy about this coin in general, and they took those coins to make sure that they poo-poo all over this coin for as long as they can. But
it's hard to compete against people who get millions of dollars of free helicopter money that is all profit for them to dump at any price point, right?
Yeah.
And so for me with Ethereum Classic, it's always been a matter of you know, when are they going to be priced out of the market? Eventually that supply's gotta, you know, diminish, right? It can't last forever. When are they going to be priced out of the market, and then buyers will step over? So it's kind of, I've always kind of viewed it as a battle between, you know, the whales dump, and you know, they're just market participants. You know, I'm not one of those traders who complains about evil manipulations, whatever. It's all market participants, right? I mean, they have just as much.
I'm pretty sure we need manipulators. I don't believe coins would move without pumpers and dumpers. Seriously.
Well, as Denise
Yeah.
would say, we need people who distribute.
Exactly. Everybody plays their part. Everybody plays their part.
Distribute.
Yeah, but if you check out ETC ETH, you'll see kind of pretty much the real chart, if you will. So
Oh yeah. I
yeah,
didn't even think about that.
check that guy out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Definitely a different look.
Yep. This is what any ETC holder is up against right now. It's like if that can actually break out, I think we're good. What's interesting is that it started an uptrend despite the fact that this pair was downtrending. So it pretty much is indicative, kind of like, of the forex cross pair logic, where it shows strength if the cross pair isn't doing well, because like ETH was going nuts and it was still doing all right. So technically it shouldn't have. It's simple. ETH goes up, ETC should go down horribly if you really think about the cross pair, and it held its own. So I don't know, maybe ETH takes a shit and it benefits, but this is really what to watch right here.
Yeah, so many new markets with the
I mean, and then you have the US dollar thing, where you look at USDT, and Phil Francis tweeted out that I think it's looking to make a new high. So
yep,
I haven't checked it, but yeah, I mean, that looks good. Wow, that actually looks like it's just been kind of stair stepping each way. So
yeah,
maybe next
definitely
week it makes a new
look
high.
at. Yeah.
Just tell Barry to tweet, for God's sakes. I'm waiting.
Tweet at Barry and tell him to tweet.
And I could see a case too for a reversal as well. I mean, obviously, if it broke this support or whatnot, it could definitely roll over. I mean, it is looking a little bit spiky, but I'm still holding. I'm being patient with it for now. I mean, and I actually don't mind that not everything has popped off, because it's good to have some that there's room for growth, because otherwise there's not really anything good to hedge into anymore. Like that. This is some of the, I've been taking profit off of the table with a lot of altcoins, and then you get a bunch more Bitcoin as a result of it, and then you look for other things to put it into. But if everything is up high, then there's not really a lot of good stuff to try to lock in value. And what's interesting about now more than ever, actually, because 2015 was easy trading, 2016 was easy trading, because my sole intent and goal was to trade to accumulate more Bitcoin, right? And that worked out really well because Bitcoin just kept on going up. But obviously, the higher the price of Bitcoin goes, I feel like Bitcoin could still be on the cusp. It could still
it always
roll
is.
over.
I think it always has that risk. I mean, any sort of news, I mean, it could just fucking dive down.
Yeah. Like, it's either going to consolidate and create like a larger triangle formation, or it could roll over on the daily and create a massive head and shoulders pattern. So obviously, if that neckline breaks, then that would be bearish. But I'm kind of leaning towards consolidation. I think it's very undecided right now, but it's got me thinking, though, because if Bitcoin eventually, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Eventually, Bitcoin will hit a bear trend, and I wonder what I think alts will respond positively at first, but if a whole bunch of alts are also up, it kind of reminds me very of the 2013, 2014 bull runs, where Bitcoin went up, and then all of a sudden everything was pumping, and then Bitcoin went on a bear trend, and it dragged everything down with it eventually, So more so than now, I've actually been pulling a lot of cash off of the table as well, just making sure to lock in like hard profits.
Yeah.
And just doing that a lot more than I usually do. But it's kind of great with the altcoins, because I took a whole bunch of cash off of the table, or I sold a bunch off the table before that last Bitcoin dip. And then somehow with all these altcoins popping off, I ended up replenishing all of those Bitcoin and more. So here I am again with a bunch of Bitcoin.
Crazy month.
My theory on Bitcoin, and if it's gonna make a new all-time high, I don't think that shit's gonna happen. Like, and what I mean by that is, I think I think if you're a market participant and you bought a recent all-time high in Bitcoin, like, you're fucked. Like, you don't get reprieve that easy. And I think what we're seeing right now, I'll actually share my screen as I'm doing this rant. I think what we're seeing right now is you bought the recent all-time high or the range, it dipped down below, and if you have not, as a regretful buyer, taken your loss here, you're just a jackass. You're a fucking dumbass, because let's say you actually bought the top, right? Let's say you are that guy. 14%. Even if you put, I don't know, like 20 grand in, if you're not willing to take a 14% loss because you made a mistake, you deserve for Bitcoin to go lower. And I mean, I haven't checked every single cycle where it made an all-time high. But as far as I've seen, anytime it's made an all-time high, it takes a long time to get back there, because it's just, you shouldn't be able to make that fucking mistake. This is Bitcoin. We're gonna fuck you for making that mistake. And I think this was the reprieve.
So are you saying Bitcoin to 850?
I had a chart like that. I had a chart like that, but the thing is, I'm just making these charts just to entertain all the scenarios, because sometimes I'm like, Bitcoin's at the fucking moon, and I'm like, wait a minute, I need to see the other side of it. And what I noticed is this was the pattern for the first all-time high. The one I saw, I bought around here, and it was all-time high, crazy crash, then recovery, and then sell off to test that crash low. And I drew this and tweeted it out. And yeah, I will not lie, I tweeted out a different, scenario, because, like I said, you got to cover all bases.
Yeah.
And we're right here. We're at that fucking 3. And it's 0.7, 786. These are default fibs. I'm not doing any OTE or whatever. It's just simple. We hit that, crash low, and we're at the recovery. So yeah, maybe we do test this out, and it wouldn't surprise me at all, because, like, if you think about it, on the 5-year, not 5-year, all time really, this is just a long ass time to go up. What is it? So almost 2-year bull market.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong. 2-year bull market, 746% gain. There's nothing wrong with correcting. Like, let's be real. Let's get out of our, Omega bull shoes for a minute. It's like, there's just nothing wrong with correcting to wherever the fuck we correct to. It's gonna be.
Yeah, but I've already photoshopped my space helmet on. So what am I
That's
supposed to do?
fine.
I already got mine on too.
That's fine. That's fine. I mean, you could wear different types of helmets if you want to hold, forever.
Yeah, one thing for me, I guess, just because we're talking about holding and not holding, I'm an altcoin guy. I've been an altcoin guy from day one, and I'll remain one. One thing, when the markets kind of go like this and you get kind of people getting fearful in the higher market caps, I tend to find myself leaning more in the smaller market cap coins, which
Absolutely.
now is more around $1 million, somewhere in there. And they don't generally have the effect on the market when BTC moves that some of these other coins do. So that's generally how I hedge myself when it comes to these periods. But that's just because I am extremely bullish on altcoins long term.
Yeah, I mean,
that's an interesting point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are afraid of the small caps, but I love the insulation they provide. So, right now, I mean, I don't want to show my bags, but
I was gonna say, we can, like, we got like 5 or 10 minutes stuff. You could just wrap up, you can definitely tell what you're working with and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a good segue then, because some of the caps that have not been affected at all negatively by the recent Bitcoin rise are EMC2. Florian coin, Pink coin, GRC, and it's because they're in that sweet spot where they have enough holders that are either long-term holders or strong hands. And I've actually noticed that even though the big caps, they have you know, they retain value over time. They have some of the fucking weakest holders ever. So the 1 mil and less coins, I mean, they just have been amazing to me. So yeah, those are some of the bags that I'm happy with. Another thing is new coins, like coins that haven't been out, I'd say more than a year. And NXT is one of those, and I'm very happy with my entry on that, and I could see that making a new all-time high. So, yeah, that's my end shill right there. Is that at times like this, you can trade alts, you just have to be really careful and pick them wisely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, my low cap shitcoin that I'm interested in is Golos. I'm gonna put out an update in like right after the show's done, so follow me on Twitter for that. Yeah, that's really the main sort of like it's still rising. I mean, I have a bunch of other ones, but like that's the one that I'm actually interested in right now, properly. So I don't know.
Nice.
Pass the shell.
Yeah, what about you, Rocky?
Me, okay, for shilling.
Let's just put it out there.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm in right now is a lot of. I think UBQ is one of my lowest caps. Although I did do some dumpster diving over in Cryptopia, and I did buy some Incent before that popped off a double. So that was
Nice.
that was kind of interesting. And that was a nice low cap. I've been actually looking at, I even bought a little bit of XSPEC, XSPEC. It's another
wow.
non-coin. Yeah, I've been buying some of that just to see where it goes. But I mean, it's could go either way really, as far as whether or not it's gonna go anywhere as a project or not. But a lot of my bags right now, like I did take a bunch of profit off the table in Strat. I didn't get in on the ICO, but I did get in fairly early within the first few weeks of Strat hitting Bittrex. So I still have some of that as long-term. Bags full of Classic, still holding Doge. I've got some GNT that I bought pretty close to the bottom that I'm just going to hold as an investment-wise. I did have I sold my recent bag of GNT because it was I bought that a little bit higher, so I just wanted to kind of lock in profit on that. And made a bunch of money on ICN, and I'm still holding some of that investment-wise because I took all my risk capital out, so it's just all kind of profit I'm playing with right now. And still holding a bunch of Bitcoin right now because I cashed out a bunch of profits, and
it
then
just keeps coming back.
All my Bitcoin. So I'm just really figuring out, okay, what do I want to? I'm looking at my next play, right? I'm just hunting for my next play, trying to find something that's cheap and good. And also, yes, I have been accumulating time, just because the market cap's fairly low. I could stash it on hardware wallet. And so for me, it kind of serves its purpose as a hedge, being a lower market cap. I mean, it could still tank, and if it does, I'll just accumulate more, which is fine.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm in right now.
Sweet. Well, you need a coin? I won't let you be chopped liver.
Yeah, no, right now, a couple things that I'm looking at. I'm still holding Rise. It's probably going to be about a week here, and we're going to hear some news on the Snap for chips, so you can get your casino chips for free for just holding Rise. They're also doing their delegates thing right now, so you can get 1 million coins if you follow that. Also, I'm holding for Masternode coins. I'm still holding Excel.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really hoping they do something there. The dev's got a lot that he can work with. It's just if he does it. Geocaching, I'm still big on Geocoin. I've been buying the dips as they've been going. And then for 420 coins, just because someone was bugging me about picking a 420 coin, because apparently you have to do that. I'm going to go with Dopecoin. So Dopecoin's going to be my pick. I've been trying to buy the dips on that for quite a while now. My average is much lower than what the price is now, but that's my pick for 420.
Sweet.
I forgot about that. I have some pot.
Oh.
I bought it at 15. So I'm just
Nice.
holding it
Good
for
snag.
now.
Nice.
Right before it
15?
popped off. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
right before it popped off, I was just kind of, I saw it made a higher low, so I was like, oh, whatever, I'll put a little money in this. 420's coming up, and so I'm just holding it for now. Let's see if it actually goes anywhere. I figure, it's on Poloniex, right? So if
Yeah.
it has good pump factor, that could kick in.
Yeah.
I just wanted to quickly say that like Polo like Bittrex is where so like my Bittrex balance hasn't moved much since BTC popped off. So like if you want to find coins that stay stable while BTC moves, Bittrex is the place for you. But if you want to find coins that pump when BTC dumps, Polo is the place for you. So
Yeah,
that's what I wanted to say.
nice.
Yeah, that's definitely
Good
true.
point. Good point.
As for me, I bought AMP last week to do the Archain swap. I'm still gonna hold some AMP. There's a certain ICO for a certain coin that's been in development for a really long time that I bought in, but I'll wait to disclose that info, I suppose. It's on my Twitter. You can find it. It's pretty easy. Shit, not a lot. Not really anything else. Kind of looking into swaps and stuff right now. It seems to be all the rage. So, yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, well, we got a tip jar. Follow the special guests.
Yep, I will put the Twitters
Awesome.
in the description. We'll have the timestamps
Timestamps
later.
coming soon.
And we got youtube.com/shitcoin talk now instead of some ugly ass URL. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Come
Shout out
take a look.
to the invisible guy who showed Ripple to me before it popped off last week.
Oh, good.
He didn't want to be. He didn't want to. He didn't want us to say his name on air. So.
All right.
But he's watching. So.
Thank you so much. You give us food. Yeah. So next week, same time, same place, we'll be here. Shitcoin talk.
See you guys.
All right.
Thanks for coming,
guys.
Rocky.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Absolutely.
See you guys later.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.